Hi, welcome to the first episode of Money and the Youth series. As promised, today we are going to talk about the financial tips we need as the youth. So these tips are going to come in a series of 3 videos, 1 video per week, and in these we shall navigate money. I'll arm you with the tricks which, if you decide to apply according to your situation, well, you say bye-bye to brokenness. In this series, I'm going to help guide you towards making the right financial decision, take action, and be able to afford the kind of lifestyle that you have always wanted. See, at this point in our lives, I believe we are all working towards certain goals and dreams, but to get there, we somewhat have to be financially responsible so that we are able to afford and reach these goals. So basically, in this series, I'm going to equip you with the right money management tips and how we can effectively apply them so that we can get the results that we want. See, the goal is simple. By the time you complete this entire series, you will have the practical strategies and clarity to focus on the few things that actually do matter when it comes to your money. So if you're out there and you've been struggling on how to effectively budget, save, invest, these series are for you. And don't forget, my name is Aisha and this is the Kick It with Aisha Badru Show, a place where the youth come together to share their great minds. That being said, let us dive right in. Now, let's start with the most obvious but also rarely applied financial tip, and this is budgeting. See, in simple terms, budgeting is the process of making a spending plan or a financial plan that allocates your income on how you're going to spend it, invest it, or even save it. But before we jump into how we can effectively budget, let's look at some of the different reasons why different people budget. Well, number 1, some people budget because they want to save money, while others budget because they want to reduce overspending in their problem areas. But also, creating a spending plan allows you to determine whether you're going to have enough money in advance to buy whatever you want to buy. So in case you don't, this spending plan is going to help you prioritize your needs and focus your money on the things that actually do matter. So now that you know why you should budget, or let's say you already had a budget but your journey has not been so smooth, well, here are some of the tips to make your budget more effective. Tip number 1, set goals for your money. See, before you begin to manage your money, you need to identify why this is important to you. Why is budgeting important to you as a person? So after you identify your strong why, this is going to help you determine goals for your money. But the question is, why are these financial goals even important? Well, they are crucial because after creating your budget and you do not use it to work towards a certain goal, all you're doing is just shifting your spending plan and you still have nothing to show for your money at the end of the day. But keep in mind, guys, while setting these financial goals, remember to be specific. For example, instead of save for a house, your goal should be save 100k each week. So in that example, I have included a specific amount of money I want to save and the target date I should save it. So thing is, always remember to have a deadline on your financial goals. Now, trick number 2 is the 50 to 30 to 20 money rule by Elizabeth Warren. And how does this work? Well, first, you need to identify and tell the difference between your needs and your wants. Like, for example, the best way I can describe a need is that it is that payment or item, if not good, would severely impact your life. And this includes housing, clothing, food. While a want is that payment or item you can forego with only minor inconveniences. And this includes dining out or buying the latest phone. Now, after you have identified your needs and wants, you can apply the 50 to 30 to 20 money rule. And here's what you do. So 50% of your income goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and 20% goes to your savings. See, the good thing with this trick is that it allows you to allocate and budget for your money in the most appropriate and effective manner. And trick number 3 is that you have to analyze your expenses and income and find out exactly how much you're spending each month, each week, and even each day. See, this is important because it's going to help you identify what kind of budget you have. See, for example, you might have the surplus budget whereby your income is more than your expenditure. Now, this is the best kind of budget. Or you might have the balanced budget whereby your income and expenditure are equal. Now, this is an okay budget. Or you might also have the deficit kind of budget whereby your expenditure is more than your income. Now, if you find yourself in this kind of budget, one of the best ways you can get out of it is by trying to get a side hustle or even trying to cut down your expenses. Now, this takes me to trick number 4, which is to track down your expenses. And by this, I mean you doing a deep dive into your current spending habit and get an idea of where your money is going currently. See, most experts recommend tracking your expenses for the last 30 days, that is for the past 1 month. But while doing this, make sure you do not guess your expenses, because if you make a budget plan on assumptions, you might end up allocating maybe too little or too much in certain categories, and thus your budget will not be effective. And last but not least, for your budget to be effective, you should try to teach yourself to stick to it no matter what. And this can only be done by truly understanding yourself as a person when you are most vulnerable to impulsive spending, which is also called the unplanned kind of spending. See, for example, some people are vulnerable when they're either in a good or a bad mood. See, they tend to spend to make themselves feel better, while others are vulnerable to impulsive spending when they're with certain people at certain times in certain places. But the best way you can snap out of impulsive spending is by simply reflecting on your goals, reflecting on the whole purpose why you started this journey. Now, all that's said and done, you're going to find that for some people, despite the fact that they know why they want a budget and how they can effectively use it, still find it hard to budget. But why is this so? Well, it's because according to a scientific research, as humans, the emotional part of the brain tends to respond to the word budget the same way it responds to words like dieting, gymming. See, the brain makes them sound like deprivation, suffering, agony. And the funny fact is that you notice when you start being on a diet, the food begins to look more and more appetizing. Well, same applies to budgeting. See, when you're on a budget, the brain makes you focus on the things that you shouldn't be spending on. So what I'm trying to say is that instead of calling it a budget, we should give it simple names like spending plan, because words like this sound easier to the brain. Now, another reason why people find it hard to budget is because as young adults, we are not equipped to make financial choices because we simply lack financial education. They never teach it in schools. Essentially, there is a gap between formal education and financial education. So we simply have to figure out everything on our own. So what I'm trying to say is that maybe we should introduce financial educations in classrooms and lecture rooms so that we can empower the youngsters to become more comfortable and responsible for effectively managing their finances. So basically today we have looked at what a budget is, why we should budget, the effective ways on how to do it, and why it is hard for some people. But guys, remember, while doing all this, do not be so strict on yourself. Take some time off. Otherwise, the whole thing is going to seem like work or chore, and you might even end up hating it. So try to loosen up a little bit. It won't hurt. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Share with me what you think about all this in the comment section. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. And next time we shall be looking at how you can save your money. So do not forget to subscribe and get notified when a new video is uploaded. But also you can follow me on Instagram as Aisha Badru Natasha. You can also find me on Facebook, Aisha Badru. And you can also find me on Twitter as Aisha Badru again. So much love, peace.